This is Our Africa on ANTV. I'm Shahd Al-Lamai. South Africa deployed army troops on Tuesday to restrain an anti-immigrant violence that has killed at least 7 people this month. The country's violence began 3 weeks ago in Durban in the province of KwaZulu-Natal after a traditional leader called for foreigners to leave the country. The attacks on immigrants quickly spread to Johannesburg. According to the defense minister, the soldiers were being sent to help police restore order in unstable areas. Attacks have continued from Durban to Alexandra, which is full of foreigners. Civil society groups protested outside South Africa's embassy in Malawi on Tuesday and called for a boycott of South African banks and food shops, which is currently hurting the business in the southern African country. According to the European Union authorities, many of the 700 people killed who are believed to have drowned off the coast of Libya on Sunday were likely from Eritrea, Somalia, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. EU border agencies stated that most of the 170,000 people who illegally reached the European Union's shores last year came from the sub-Saharan Africa. Foreigners have come under attack this month in South Africa. At least 5 people have been killed this month, and thousands of foreigners have obtained shelter at camps in the port city of Durban. The Wall Street Journal confirmed that according to the advocates for those leaving their home countries, obstacles would not stop the residents of Africa's nations from seeking a better life. The former Egyptian president Mohamed Morsi was convicted on charges of violence and inciting violence. He's sentenced to 20 years in prison for the torture of protesters outside the presidential palace in December 2012. According to CNN, Morsi stood trial with 14 co-defendants, including some of his presidential staff. All 14 co-defendants were also convicted of violence and inciting violence, and all were also acquitted of murder. Al Ahram newspaper reported that the military court has set the start of the trial for February 23, 2016. Morsi is accused of incitement to violence, disturbing public order, and inciting riots. Morsi already faces 4 other ongoing trials, but this is the first time that his case has been referred to a military court. The latest charge against the former president came from protests that broke out in Suez on August 14, 2013. Morsi has repeatedly denied his role in the violence in Egypt and said that he does not recognize the legitimacy of the court's hearing the charges against him. The co-defendants were held in a metal cage in court. However, later that cage was enclosed in soundproof glass. You're watching Our Africa on ANTV. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Jack Millman, inventor of the Video Jukebox and Aphrodisia label. You're watching African Network Television, ANTV, and I want to thank Hartley and Femi for joining me. Hit it, fellas.
A car bomb exploded at a restaurant near the presidential palace in Somalia's capital Tuesday. According to the police, this bomb killed at least 10 people, including a woman and a boy. Somalia-based Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility for the attack. Group spokesman Sheikh Abdelaziz Mossab, the attack targeted several Somali intelligence agents. However, according to the Somali police, spokesman Qasim Mohammed Rabel, car bomb killed no government official or soldier. The area is not a new target for Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab has been fighting Somalia's government for years with the goal of establishing a fundamentalist Islamic state. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe urged South Africa to invest in his economy during his first visit to South Africa in 2 decades. Mr. Mugabe has ruled since Zimbabwe's independence from the UK in 1980. According to the Wall Street Journal, Mr. Mugabe started rehabilitating a tarnished international reputation when African leaders appointed him chairman of the Pan-Continental African Union. Zimbabwe and South Africa have a close but complex relationship. Mr. Zuma, the South African president, has maintained strong ties with Mr. Mugabe, even as the international community turned against him. The NBA will play an exhibition game in Johannesburg on August 1st. This is the NBA's first ever exhibition game in Africa. The game will be an Ellis Park Arena matchup of the NBA's first and second generation African players against NBA players from the US and the rest of the world. Miami Heat forward Luol Deng is expected to be the captain of the African team. Los Angeles Clippers guard Chris Paul will be the captain of Team World. The league said it would announce the rest of the rosters at a later date. Africa has sent more than 35 players to the NBA since 1984. For Our Africa on ANTV, I'm Shahd Lamai. Remember, Africa is your Africa and mine too. Thanks for watching.